a BootlegKev.com exclusive.
Yo, it's Power 98.3. We're Hip Hop Liz, man. In studio, one of my favorite MCs of all time from, in my opinion, the second greatest rap group ever.
Yes.
I gotta give the first to Outkast, you know.
Yes.
Respect. But I'm talking about my dude, neighborhood Pusha T in the building.
What up? What's the deal? Bootleg Kev, man. Yo, let me tell you something. You have like one of the best names in radio history. Bootleg Kev.
I got that name selling, the first re-up game mixtapes when I was like 17 at the swap meet, man. You know?
Hustling. There you go, hustling.
There we go, man. So you were on this tour with Fab, man. You guys are definitely doing your thing. I know you. This Numbers on the Board record is bananas. The video is crazy.
Come on, man. You know, I'm just bringing it back to the purity of hip hop, lyric driven hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like Numbers on the Board. I did that. Shout out to my man Don Cannon who produced it along with Kanye West, and shot the video in Paris. And you know, man, it's just about taking it back to the raw form, the raw essence of hip hop, man. Lyric driven. Let's all killer, no filler.
I feel like you have always been the guy. You and your brother have always been that constant in hip hop, though. That like when there's always, even if it's a time in hip hop where it's a whole lot of bullshit out, you can always depend on Pusha, Malice. You know what I'm saying? To always bring the lyrical content, you know, the real hip hop.
You know, basically that's all we really know how to do, man. I don't know how to really do it any other way. I sort of learned a certain way, and I learned that, like, you know, lyrics were the end all be all. So that's why it's sort of tough, like, you know, for me to like get into waves that don't have anything to do with the fundamentals of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And not that everything has to be so.
It doesn't always have to be that way.
Yeah. No, of course not. But
there's
like,
always room for fun.
It's always room for fun. It's always room for the party. But when you can merge it all together, that's my goal.
And like, I think you do a good job, man. I think Millions is a perfect example.
Yeah, I look at Millions. I look at rappers like Big and Jay-Z who've like merged that level.
Everything.
Yeah, everything together, man. And that's what I, aspire to be one day.
You've worked with the likes of, you got on with the Neptunes.
For sure.
Pharrell and Chad, some of the greatest producers of all time. Now you're working with Kanye, who is my favorite producer of all time.
Okay.
What is the difference, I guess, being in studio with each of those, entities? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, I answer this question a lot, man. I tell people, like, it's two totally different dynamics, man. Like, a lot of times I come into a studio with Pharrell and Chad, or maybe Pharrell by himself. It doesn't matter. But when I'm dealing with, like, Neptune's production, or that production crew, I come into a studio with a beat already crafted to where it is, and it's like, man, it either blows me away or it doesn't.
Right.
Working with Kanye is a bit different because there's he'll give me basically like a skeleton,
and then you guys will build it up.
Well, he'll give me the skeleton and he'll tell me rap to the part of the beat that I like, and so from that skeleton, then I'll pick out the piece that I really, really love, and I'll probably loop that, and I'll write a verse to that.
And by the time you hear it, it's like a full-scale production. It's a movie. It's cinematic.
It's a full-scale production movie and everything else, and it's just like one of those things where I'm like, man, it's a surprise at the end as well.
That's what's up, man.
It's different.
Yeah, I've always heard that about Ye. Like, it's like so mysterious. Even if you're in his circle and you're working, you never know what you're working on, where it could end up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's almost a surprise to, the artist. You know what I mean?
100%.
Another thing I want to talk to you about, man. I've always been a really, really big fan of the unreleased audio footage.
Hey, yo, listen, man. Fab just walking in. He walking in all late.
Came in too.
I'm like,
what's up?
Fab.
What's going on,
What's up,
man?
brother? Like Kev.
He came with his ball shorts.
Oh, yeah.
He got the brakes on.
This is how you got to dress in Arizona, man.
Yo, man.
He came in comfortable.
I'm good here. I'm good right
You
here.
good. You can sit right there, man. You can sit right there, man. Yeah. No, I was going to ask you about the unreleased album, man, because I'm a clip stand, man. Audio footage I thought, was pretty dope. It was always in my iPod when I was, young.
Man. Just
you ever go back and listen to that era of the clips?
No, I really don't, man. I don't listen to the old. I don't even have exclusive audio footage. And as great as an album as it was, man, it was just one of those times where it wasn't ready and it wasn't time, and it never came out. And what's that, like 99, 98?
Something like that, yeah.
And at the end of the day, you know, we moved on. We dropped that Lord Willing after that, and Hell Hath No Fury and everything.
That little
else.
one was called Lord Willing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
For
sure.
Fab was on that too.
Of course he was.
Yeah.
Of course
man.
he was.
Comedy Central.
That Comedy Central boy.
It hurt, man. It hurt.
Damn. So, my name is the album is dropping finally, man. I feel like I've been waiting on the official. I mean, of course, you've had, mixtapes and you've had the Fear of God joints.
Yes.
But this is the official solo debut of Pusha T. This is your official debut album, man.
Dropping July 16th.
July 16th. Tell us about this thing, man. It's almost like your life's work, man. It's finally here.
You know, at the end of the day, I like to let people know that, the fact that people feel like they've been waiting on my solo album for a long time is really by choice because, see, I sort of attacked this whole solo project as like my first outing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there was a Fear of God 1, Wrath of Cain, features,
Building
and
up
so
that
on and so
anticipation.
forth. You know, I have like I have a godson, and his friend came over to the house one day and was like, man, you know, it's this new record out with Tyler the Creator, and it's this new guy named Pusha T on it.
Right.
I'm telling you, he get
You're
busy.
reintroducing yourself to all these.
And I was like, man, like if that was like not the wake up call that I got like new fans and new people
who
and
think you're a new artist.
who think I'm a new artist, I was like, you know what? I gotta attack this exact way.
It makes sense. You're doing you're working like you're a new artist. You're
Got
putting out
to,
the
man.
mixtapes, putting out the features.
Got to, man.
Can I ask Push one thing?
Go ahead,
quick
Fab.
question? Did you always feel to have a solo project eventually, or when you first came, it would never came to mind of
Yo, man, Fab, for real, I never was like, we talked about it. Me and my brother talked about doing solo projects, but I was really pushed into this.
all right.
Like my brother came to me one day. We was on the road. And he was like, "Yo, I told him. I said, yo, I got some ideas for some new music." And he said to me, "I'm not doing no new music." He said, "Matter of fact, I wrote this book," and he gave me like his book in a manila envelope, like handwritten. He was like, "Read this." He was like, "But you want to do a solo project, so you probably should just go ahead and do it." But this is what I'm gonna do right now.
Right.
And so, that's how I knew I had to do a solo project. My first verse I ever wrote was "Blow" for Fear of God.
That's crazy.
You know,
were you being courted like by Ye, like as a solo artist before that, or?
Man, listen. Right after that, he called me. Rick Ross called me and said, "Yo, I think you need to come to Hawaii to be a part of this My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy project. It's like big." And Ye was like, "Yo, you know, just fly out here." I was in LA. He was like, "Fly out here." I went out there, man. I was supposed to stay a weekend. I ended up staying a month.
That's
I did
crazy.
the Runaway and the Soul Paul record. And he like opened up his old album. He was like, you know, just lay verses to whatever you want. So it got to a point where I just started fiending. I was like rapping on everything I could rap on. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to, you know, just take advantage of the situation. But I caught 2 of them. And that was it.
Yes, you did, man. Yes, you did. Shout out to Pusha T. What can you tell us about the album, man? I know Kanye is definitely involved. I mean, how much production did he handle on the
man,
album?
you know, we got a couple joints from Kanye, man. Got a couple joints from Pharrell, Swizz Beats, my man Knots. I got
Knots
the Dream.
is hard.
Yeah,
Shout out to VA.
Definitely, man. Got the Dream on there. I got Rico Beats, who did Exodus.
Okay.
Who else, man? Don Cannon, of course, and my man Sham. He did he did the Man Down Rihanna record.
Oh, okay.
And a couple joints on Watch the Throne. But man, it's hip hop, man.
Is Malice on the album?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Was that by design, or did he like?
Yeah, that's by design. Like, you know, we're not really even gonna play with the clips dynamic. Like when it's time for the clips to come back, we're gonna do that.
Which will happen.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna happen. The title of the album is gonna be called "As God Is My Witness."
Woo!
And,
New Clips album.
So, you know, but we ain't gonna play with that dynamic.
It's already in the,
It's already
Something
Malice is
floating
writing
around,
right now.
titles
Listen,
floating around,
titles float
Or
around.
no
everything.
Malice. I don't know. I can't call him no Malice. I just
You
don't
know,
feel right.
It is what it is, man. You gotta call that man by no malice. That's what he's going by, and it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great.
I want to ask you, man, because I felt like the last Clips album, it was kind of after a lot of your guys' close family got caught up and went away for a while, and I know that you guys addressed it a lot in the album, and I know Malice. I felt like a lot of Malice's verses in that album almost kind of like I don't want to say predicted him stepping away from hip hop, but it almost felt like to me like he was like I don't want to say regretful, but he kind of felt a little bit of remorse for the culture that he portrayed, etc. How was everything with the fam? I know you guys have a lot of your close homies that are away right now. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's pretty good, man, and it's more so about the wives and the kids or whatever.
Yeah, making sure they're good.
Yeah, everybody's good, man, and of course, I'm sure Malice really writes from the heart a lot. So if you felt that, it definitely was coming from that place. But at the end of the day, man, we still at it. Everybody holding their head, and I do this for a lot of them, man. They like when they call me and tell me like, man, I heard this verse. You was talking that da 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 da.
Yeah.
Like, they like to hear that, man. So
that's what's up. Well, from
one thing could I add into that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just listening because one thing with Malice, I check things online and I seen one thing he put up there where he caught like his daughter or something checking something online, and one thing that like I guess people kind of like don't associate us with is like being regular people and parents and
definitely
having to deal with real life, and sometimes we even sacrifice that to be artists. You know what I'm saying? Some artists don't have family.
I mean,
like
I got a family
because,
and I sacrifice a lot of family time to do what I do. You know what I mean?
So when I like even his situation, I looked at that. Him stepping away from rap for a minute could have been for him to just build everything on the other side of being an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? I had to go through a little bit of that with raising my son. You know what I mean? He's 5 now and he's going to school, and but for his beginning years, I wanted to be there. I wanted to build that bond. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to just be out on tour and just running around. And every night I'm on Instagram with pictures and chicks and
bottles,
you know what I'm saying? Like
bottles and bitches on Instagram.
It comes in the priority. So I always looked at Malice's situation like that too. He had, when I saw that time, I was like, wow, that's deep, because you start to see people, they're not just rappers anymore. Their fathers, you know what I'm saying?
What's so funny is Malice called me the other day because that same daughter is going to her junior prom.
Okay.
So, I got her a limo for the junior prom. So he calls me like, now mind you, we know about junior prom and all that. He's like, I don't even understand why they gotta go to junior prom. I mean, prom is in 12th grade.
Senior year.
I'm talking like
junior prom.
Now mind you, he know about junior prom. I know about junior. We all went to whatever it was. He's like real dad on his real dad. He was like, spazzing. Yo, how long you get that limo for? I was like, man,
you better have your ass opening the door like Will Smith and Martin in Bad Boys 2.
I'm surprised he didn't go to Tux himself, man. Crazy, man.
Driving, get back there. Like, that's the next stage of, you know what I mean?
It's real life, man.
It's real life.
And for having a daughter is ill, man. Like having a daughter, I don't have a daughter, but
can you imagine?
You see a lot being out here on this.
I feel for Nas. Like Nas's daughter in the situation he talked about in his music, and it was out of. It's like, God damn.
Right, because he had a daughter, and and it ain't just your 5 or 6 year old or 8 year old daughter anymore. It becomes a 16-year-old daughter, 18-year-old, where people is going at like, oh, that's Nas' daughter, like
especially in the World Star hip hop age, where all these kids on World Star. Man. You know what I'm saying? Well, hey, Pusha, the new album is dropping. I cannot wait for it. Cruel Winter, is that ever coming out?
Never.
It's a wrap. Kanye's new album, are you gonna be on it?
I don't know yet.
But you've definitely been working on.
Oh yeah.
Records.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Another thing, I gotta ask both of y'all, because you guys are in here together right now. You guys are each. Pusha T to me is one of the most trailblazing fashion artists, and then my dude Fab really was the throwback king. He's still on his trends. Just setting trends. Drake was seen wearing Dada Supreme. Y'all remember the Dada Supreme back in the day?
I actually do.
Okay. Do you think? What do y'all think about Drake trying to bring back Dada Supreme?
To each his own, man. To each his own.
That's what he was trying to do.
I don't know. He's rocking it in the video, like in the No Friends video. It's resurrecting something.
I mean, I don't know. I it's hard for me to speak on it. I don't know what was going on.
Right.
I didn't really see. I heard a little bit. It's been floating around.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that it's making such a big ripple in the pond like that. I guess that's how crazy it might have looked or something, but I don't really know. Maybe he has his own thing. Maybe he might have bought it into it, and you never know. It could be a business move. So
that's what it is, man. We'll push it. The album's coming out soon, man. I can't wait. Numbers on the board is that joint.
Yes, sir.
Go check it out. It's Power 98.3, man.
Yeah.
All right, cool.